Hello, welcome back to Kim Reads as we continue with Maryellen taking off. Chapter 12, Maryellen takes off. Maryellen immediately saw that Davy was correct. She hadn't missed much by not being at the science club meetings over the summer. The other two girls had dropped out. The launch men were all talking at once, launching their ideas forcefully at one another as if the ideas were ballistic missiles. Hey, said Maryellen to her teammates. Everyone ignored her. Maryellen smacked the desk with her sketchbook. Hey, she said again. This time, the boys stopped talking and looked at her. The contest is in 2 weeks. Don't you think we'd better plan? We've got a plan, said Skip, full of swagger. My plan. He spread a crinkly piece of paper on the desk. It was covered with smudged sketches. Well, even if your plan is good, said Davy, we should look to other people's too. Davy's right, said Maryellen. We should discuss everyone's ideas. Nope, waste of time, said Skip. You can't just boss and bully us into using your plan, Skip, said Maryellen. She thought about how Mom and Joan had listened to each other with respect and made compromises so that the wedding pleased them both. Maybe the best idea would be a combination of lots of different people's ideas. But unlike Mom, Skip was a tyrant. Who asked you? You never even came to the summer meetings. It's not in the rules that you have to come to every meeting, said Maryellen. The rules? Let's skip some machine and stop whining about the rules, urged the tall boy. Have you even read the rules? Asked Maryellen, pulling the paper with the rules out of her sketchbook. If you'd had, you know the contest isn't a race. It isn't about speed, it's about time. The flying machine that stays up in the air the longest wins. All the launch men, except Davy and Maryellen, frowned. I tried to tell you guys during the summer, said Davy, but you wouldn't listen. Give me that, ordered Skip. After he looked at the rules, he tossed the paper back to Maryellen and crossed his arms over his chest, saying, So what's your idea, genius? Everyone looked at Maryellen, except for Davy. They all had expressions of distrust and doubt on their faces. Look, she said. She held up her sketchbook to show the launch men. When I was on vacation, I saw fireworks, and I know some fireworks that stayed up in the sky. The longest went off in stages. Each explosion lifted the next part higher, so my idea is to use booster rockets to lift the different parts of our flying machine. How will the parts connect? Asked one boy. Well, I don't know, said Maryellen, but how will they blast off from each other? How will they know when to blast off from each other? Asked another boy. Well, I don't know, said Maryellen again. What will provide the power to make anyone fly up in the first place? Asked another boy. I'm not sure yet, said Maryellen. I thought we'd figure out together as a team. I was thinking maybe it could be powered by water. Like water out of a squirt gun. A squirt gun, several of the kids repeated with scornful disbelief. Others howled in laughter as if she had said something hilariously stupid. Skip exhaled with exasperation. First of all, shooting something up with water will never work, he said, continuing off on his fingers. Second, your whole stages and booster idea stinks. Third, we don't need a dumb fourth-grade girl to tell us what to do. Got it? Maryellen felt a blazing red-hot flash of fury shoot up from her spine. She remembered how Joan said that you have to stand up for what you love. That shoe flipped around, too, Maryellen thought. Sometimes you have to stand up against what you hate. Quietly, she shut her sketchbook and without saying a word, gathered her belongings to leave. As she did, so did Davy. Hey, Skip, said Davy. He counted off on his fingers. First of all, you're a bully. Second, Ellie's ideas of stages don't stink. Third, we're in the 5th grade, and we don't need a stuck-up 6th grade boy telling us what to do. Got it? Yeah, said Wayne. He flicked up the propeller on his beanie to make it spin, and then he and Davy followed Maryellen out the door. Did you yell when you quit your birthday party polio show? Asked Karen King. It was still raining, so the girls were in the gym the next morning, waiting for the classes to begin. Maryellen had told her friends how she and Davy and Wayne were no longer launchmen. Did you storm out and slam the door? No, said Maryellen, blushing. She felt embarrassed, recalling her temper tantrum she threw when she quit the polio show. She learned from that experience it's better to stand up for yourself without making a spectacle of yourself. You changed your mind about quitting the polo show, said Angela. Do you think you might change your mind and go back to the launchmen? No, Maryellen said again, remembering how they had laughed at her and discussed her being younger and a girl. You were so excited about planning your flying machine, said Karen Stolman kindly. You drew all those sketches in your notebook. It's a shame to waste all that work. Does it say the rules that you have to be on a team? I mean, couldn't you make a flying machine and enter the contest by yourself? Fly solo, Karen King piped up. I don't think it's against the rules, said Maryellen. But I also think but I also don't think I can make a flying machine all by myself. I need help. I don't even have a complex idea yet. And also I need help to the flying machine at the contest. We'll help you, said Angela immediately. Really? Asked Maryellen. Sure, said Karen King. Even if we're not all that interested in flying machines. You're our friend and we want you to do this, so we do. The four of us will help make our own team. And I bet David will help us if we ask him, said Karen Stolman. We should ask Wayne too, said Maryellen. After all, you stood up for me. Wayne? Sighed Karen Stolman. The four girls rolled their eyes at one another at the thought of work with Wayne. We're going to try to make something that'll fly, right? Said Maryellen, feeling happy and lighthearted. So maybe it'll be useful to have Wayne on our team. He's a bird brain. Get it? The girls giggled and flapped their arms like pretend wings as they headed off to class. At lunch, Karen Stolman reported that Mr. Hagiopian had said it was fine to form a new team. Maryellen reported that she, Davy, and Wayne to join the team. The boys said yes right away. So the newest science club met in the Larkins carport on Saturday afternoon. Naturally, Mikey, Tom, and Beverly came out to see what was going on, but they soon lost interest in the team's conversations and began scrounging around in the wedding leftovers. Mikey, who was under the impression that they were having another wedding, handed everyone a tissue paper flower or a kite or a fan. Beverly and Tom found a bag of balloons. They blew them up and then let them go to careen around wildly and make the same rude noise they made at Joan's wedding. Psst. Wayne was enchanted. He ditched the team meeting to join Beverly and Tom. Since Wayne was bigger than they were, he could blow his balloon up so that it was bigger and fly longer. The rude noise Wayne's balloon made was louder and even more disgusting than Beverly's and Tom's, especially when he used one of the long hot dog-shaped balloons. One of Wayne's balloons smacked Karen Stolman in the forehead. She said, "Cut it out, Wayne." But Maryellen smacked her own forehead with the palm of her hand. "That's it, a balloon. Air squirting out of a deflating balloon will provide the power to lift our flying machine." Davy looked at the kite and the tissue paper flower Mikey had given him. "I wonder if we can make a tiny little kite out of tissue paper and toothpicks," he mused, and attach it to the balloon. And after the balloon loses all its air, the kite will still fly for a while, said Karen Stolman, so our machine will stay up longer. Well, said Karen King, who never let enthusiasm get in the way of constructive criticism, I don't think the balloon will have enough power to lift even a little kite very high. Everyone had to admit that this was probably true. How about more than one balloon, then? Asked Angela. How about two? Good idea, said Maryellen, and starting to sketch. Wayne surprised everyone by speaking up. I still really like Ellie's idea of booster rockets, he said. Thanks, Wayne, said Maryellen. What if we blew up 3 balloons and attached the kite to the middle balloon? We clipped the side balloons shut and used a rubber band to shut the middle balloon and connect it to the side balloons. When we're ready to launch, we clip the 2 balloons and they take off. When they deflate, the rubber band falls so the middle balloon takes off. When it starts to descend, the kite will slow its fall like a parachute would. Everyone crowded around to look at Maryellen's sketch. For a while, no one said anything, and then she showed her breath and nervousness and hope. Finally, Davy said slowly, "I get it. The side balloons are the first stage. The middle balloon is the second stage, and the kite is the third stage, even though all it does is glide. Let's try it." "Good job, Ellie," said Karen Stolman. "Oh," said Maryellen, "I may have drawn the sketches, but everyone supplied the ideas. Our whole team did a good job." "We are a good team," said Karen King. "We really should have a name." "How about the Looney Balloonies?" suggested Davy. "That's it," said the Karens and Angela and Wayne, who celebrated by sending another balloon around the carport. And that's the end of that chapter. See you later.